Hi there, it's Dr. Kimmery on this gorgeous, gorgeous day. I want to talk about being stuck, that feeling of being stuck. It's like you may have a lot of things going for you in some areas of your life. Things are going really well. You get these great ideas, you're doing great business ventures, or you have real success in relationships. And in some areas, you just feel like you're on top of the world. And in other areas, you might feel like you're stuck. And it's that thing that just keeps showing up and keeps creating that same feeling inside. And it's so frustrating because it's like, what do we do about this? How do we get unstuck? How do we move to that next level in whatever area it is? One thing I've learned is that when we feel, if you just were to close your eyes for a moment and think of an area, a thing that that has happened in your life that has made you feel like a victim in that situation, that people always take advantage of you, and this one time so-and-so took my money, whatever it is, right? Whatever that example is, if you close your eyes for a moment and you imagine just something in your life that still gives you a charge, that still gets charged up inside, and still that charge is actually draining your energy, because it's a belief that you're still holding on to, a belief where you felt disempowered, where you felt taken advantage of, or you felt devalued in some way. And the thing about that is that it literally is draining your energy, because that thing happened already. It happened a while ago, and it's not to negate your feelings on it. It's to say that it's still taking a hold on you, and now it is projecting a belief for the future. So in the future, you're now projecting what's going to happen based on that experience. So you'll keep continuing it because now you've created a belief. And that is the problem. That's the problem that drains your energy. When something happens, while it might not be fun, and I've had many of them, as long as we hold on to that and we have this feeling of needing to be right, we have this feeling of they were wrong, they shouldn't have done that, I was right, even though I agree, to continue to feel victimized instead of looking at what we can take from that situation and move forward is what will keep us stuck. So needing to be right, needing to hold on to that. And a lot of people think that they don't need to be right. But really, as long as there's a charge inside of you about that thing, there's a part of you that still feels victimized and disempowered, and like life is not fair, it shouldn't have happened to you. While I agree 100%, what I choose to do is take something from it. What can I learn? Should I have used my voice? Should I have heeded the intuition that I had gotten, that red flag that said something's just amiss here? Or maybe there's no, it's not that I'm ever taking blame, but I always try to look at it and take responsibility and say, okay, what was my part? What part could I do differently moving forward? And what can I learn, right? Maybe it's whatever it is. Maybe one of the biggest thing is just to see that we do get choices on how we make our future. We don't have a choice of every single thing that happens to us, right? There's going to be obstacles, there's going to be circumstances that we are in that are not optimal, but each one of them teaches us something. It teaches us something about ourselves, about how much endurance we can take, right? About how we can have more grace, about how we can see things from another perspective. We never know why. But what we do, the only thing we have control over is how we are going to choose to move forward. Are we going to choose to feel like, oh gosh, well now I can't do that anymore because that might happen, or that always happens to me. People just think this about me, and we start knocking ourselves down. And that's the piece that keeps us stuck. And some people might say, well, I don't do that. I don't do that to myself. And the truth is that we all do it to ourselves when we are triggered. when we're in our confidence, when we're in a call, but when we are feeling triggered, we start to project it outward. Well, that person's doing that, or that person hasn't done enough of that, or this person isn't meeting their end of the bargain, and when we feel triggered. But if we really look at where it began, when we feel triggered is when we start to feel that old familiar feeling of I'm being overlooked, or I'm not enough, or I'm not lovable, or people always take advantage of me. And so that's an old belief, and we just keep recreating it into a bunch of different circumstances. So we have to really choose to say, when we're feeling victimized, we have to really flip that over and get to the bottom of it, and then let that go. Flip that whole story over so that we don't continue living that story. There are some people, and I've done it many times in my life, where you take the story and then you repeat it, and then you repeat it, and then you repeat it, and then you repeat it. Now, it's fine to tell someone that can be there for you. I'm not saying hold everything in, but if someone can be there for you, and they can listen to you, and they can sit in it with you, and they can validate you, and then they can pull you out, they can help remind you of who you are, and then kind of shake the rest of that off. It's like walking into a garbage pile and finding a diamond. You're not going to take the whole garbage pile with you. You're just going to take the diamond. You're going to be excited. Woo! Look what I found a diamond. You're not going to be like, oh, I found this garbage pile. Oh yeah, and there was a diamond in it, right? There's always a diamond in every garbage pile. There's always something we can learn. So to get unstuck, we have to let go of what we think we know. We have to let go of needing to be right. We have to let go of needing to feel victimized, because there's a payoff in that, but it's not the payoff that I believe you're looking for, right? We're looking to feel our whole self. We're looking to feel like our best self. We're looking to feel like that most empowered part of ourselves when we're being a great parent, or a great partner, or a great leader. We're looking to be that more. And in order to do that, we can't be in victim consciousness. So it's not to negate or to act like it didn't happen. It's not to say that I don't understand or validate your feelings. It's just to say, pick it up, pick your feelings up, learn from the situation. And learning usually 100% of the time does not mean put your walls up. It means lean in. What can you learn about yourself? What can you learn about people? What can you learn about a situation? So rather than putting our walls up thinking we're unsafe, lean into it and say, oh, wow, there is another perspective that I was not aware of. And looking at it from that perspective, choosing to back up enough to give it grace. That's my message for today. That's how I suggest we get unstuck. I know the feeling well, and I know that when I lean in, I get unstuck. Have an amazing day. I love you. Bye-bye.